I see a lot of handguns, and I see a lot of 1911s. I really love the model 1911, but after all these years, it takes something a little bit out of the ordinary to get me to take a second look. The Springfield Armory Emissary is one that made me do a double take. It was released just a short time ago in the appropriate 45 ACP chambering. But now, let me introduce you to the Emissary in 9mm. I've been seeing more and more shooters opting for the 9mm chambering in a model 1911, and while I have the same traditional sentiments that you might have, I have to admit that when it's done right, a 9mm 1911 is a dream to shoot. This new Emissary 9mm is done just about as right as I've ever seen. It's a full-size 1911 with a 5-inch match-grade bull barrel made of forged stainless steel. The frame is also forged stainless steel. The 9mm version of the Emissary weighs more than the 45 ACP stablemate at 44 ounces. Most likely this is because the barrel is the same size with a smaller bore, leaving more material in the gun. That heavy bull barrel out front means great balance and a little bit of extra recoil management. The gun stands 5¼ inches tall. It stretches out to 8.4 inches of total length. Here are some of the features that I think make this model stand out from the crowd. The front strap checkering is a much different style, large squares that remind me of a pineapple grenade. And that pattern is matched on the thin-line G10 grip panels and the mainspring housing. The pattern is not only eye-catching, but skin-catching as well. The bite is immediately noticeable and keeps the pistol planted in your hands even on a hot, sweaty day. It might even feel a little too aggressive if you have soft office worker hands. The trigger guard is squared off, which not only gives the gun an interesting profile, but also provides a lot more open space for a gloved finger. And inside that squared trigger guard is a very interesting trigger. It too is squared, or flat to be more correct, with the exception of small accent curves at the top and bottom that I think are there for looks. The trigger is constructed of high-grade polymer. I thought this was an interesting choice, but it transfers neither heat nor cold, and it's much less likely to have friction issues like metal on metal can have. The slide is nicely blued to a gloss black, and it has a beveled top cut, complete with wide serrations near the front. The rear serrations are also wide and deeply cut and provide fantastic traction. The top strap of the slide is serrated for anti-glare, and at either end of that sits a set of sights that is instantly among the best of any 1911 I've ever shot. They're Springfield's new U-dot configuration with the U-notch outlined rear sight, giving a home to the tritium-centered, brightly colored luminescent front dot. The bull barrel is a bushingless design, and the gun uses a full-length solid guide rod. The dust cover has a generous amount of 1913 Picatinny rail, which is close to the trigger guard and within practical reach for a weapon light or laser. Extended beaver tail safety and manual thumb safety are very well fitted and function exactly as they should. The black and stainless two-tone look of this pistol, along with the aggressively designed lines of the slide serrations and grenade pattern grip, make this a head-turner. But make no mistake, this is not a candidate for Safe Queen. This 9mm Emissary is a shooter. My range work with this gun was pure fun. Taking a first look at Springfield Armory's new Emissary in 9mm. It's only been out for a short time in 45 ACP, and now 9mm really does make it a bit of a complete package. I know for a lot of shooters, more and more these days, I'm seeing a lot of 9mm 1911s out at the range. They're popular with competition shooters, they're popular with junior shooters, and let's face it, who doesn't like the wonderful feel of a good 1911 and the slightly reduced recoil of the 9mm. So I've put a few rounds through this thing so far, and I have to tell you, I'm liking it quite a bit. This is a A very interesting 1911 package. This grenade texture around the gun, both on the grip side panels and the front and back straps, is not just visually interesting, it is highly effective. Let me tell you, when you wrap your fingers around this front strap, you know that it's got a bite into your skin. There is no doubt about it. The gun stays planted firmly in your hand no matter how fast you're shooting. No matter how hot it is outside and how sweaty your hands might be, just doesn't go anywhere. And then add to that the U-dot sights, something we've gotten used to on the Hellcat and XDS. They are incredible on a 1911. And it's an easy gun to shoot accurately, as my offhand 10-yard groups will attest. Okay, you may already know my philosophy about accuracy in handguns, and that is that pretty much any modern handgun of any quality is more accurate than I'm capable of shooting it. That said, I do like to see how I shoot every gun, because that, at the end of the day, is what counts. How well can I shoot this particular gun? And there may be lots of reasons why I shoot a gun better or not as well. I'm going to start out with 115 grain MagTech ball ammo, full metal jacket. I have a target 10 yards down range, and I'm just going to shoot offhand and see how well I can shoot this gun. Put some on paper. Going to the top target with the MagTech. All right, that was 5 rounds of MagTech. Let's slide on down to the lower target. Put 5 rounds of Fiocchi 124 grain. So mixing up the bullet weight a little bit, and I do that on purpose when I can. All right, and there's those 5. And from back here, I'm not particularly ashamed of either of those groups. Neither should Springfield Armory be, or MagTech or Fiocchi. Pricing hasn't been announced yet as of the production of this review, but I expect it to match the $1,279 price tag of the .45 caliber version. It can be pretty hard to get noticed in the crowded market of 1911 pistols, but you know what always gets noticed? Quality. This is when you're going to notice. Hey, as always, thanks much for watching. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. Don't forget to hit the I'm not a jerk button, the one that looks like a thumbs up. Also be sure you subscribe so you'll see all the new stuff out there, and get out there and enjoy life. See you next time.